Hi, welcome to Anna Bear's Dime, where we like to share tips and tricks on how to save time and money to live a better life. I was going to do couple different videos this week, but in light of what's going on with the world, I want to keep it simple and do a couple how-tos on how I cook dry beans and a couple ways that I like to use them. So look ahead for more tips and tricks on how to save time and money, but in this time we'll just do some ideas on how to make food from your pantry and like we all say, we will get through this. We'll get through this together, even if we're apart with social distancing. So please watch the video. If you like it, please give it the thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We come out with a new video every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here's the video. Thanks. Okay, here I have my 1 pound of Great Northern beans. The package says that it has 13 servings of a quarter cup dry. So that obviously will vary with size of your family and how much they eat. But what I'm going to do is first put this in a bowl and cover it with water. I like to do this the night before to let them soak and soak up the water. It decreases your cooking time and it kind of gets all the contaminants out of it. It also can, I've read that it takes out some of the toxins in the beans that give you gas. So important step. Now this is in the morning. You can see they've pretty much doubled in size, which that's what's great about beans, is that they come in a small package and you can make a lot of food out of it. Now I like to do kind of a intermediate rinse before I start cooking them. Pour out the water and then add new water, kind of splash it around. And then I'll leave this in the water again for another hour. And with this, we're going to make ham and beans, and then I'm going to put half of the beans into pasta. So I have an onion and a half here with half a stick of butter that I'm going to brown. Then I'm going to drain my beans and then give them a last rinse just to rinse off any of that contaminants. Once I'm done rinsing, I'm going to place it into the pot with my onion and my butter. And then you don't have to do the onion and butter if you don't want to. You don't have to have any type of oil. If you have some sort of broth that you want to cook the beans in, you can do that. Like if you've saved some ham broth, you can use that. And I'm going to put 5 cups of water into my beans. And then I'm also going to add some garlic powder to it, just to give it a little bit more flavor. But as I was saying, if you have leftover like ham juice or broth from a ham, you can do that and make it more of a hammy beans. But if you put ham in it later, it gets a pretty good ham flavor. So I'm going to cook this. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer for about 45 minutes. About half an hour into the cooking, I pulled it out and stirred it, and here's what it looks like. The beans are pretty soft. I'm going to take half of them out for my next dish to save for my pasta. And then I'm just going to put in, I had a bag of ham in the freezer that I put in there and cook it for probably about another 10-15 minutes to get that ham flavor in there. And I serve mine over cornbread. You can use like a hearty wheat bread or just eat it by itself. Just depends on what you have on hand. But here is my ham and beans and cornbread. And then for my second meal, I'm going to put the white beans into pasta. Now this is a great filler. I'm had some ground beef in the freezer and some peppers that I didn't use last week, So I'm going to put that into my pasta sauce. If you don't have that, that's fine. The beans make a great filler and add protein to it. You could also add mushrooms. I didn't add mushrooms this time. So here are the beans that I'm going to use, and I already have my sauce kind of simmering on the stove. And add my beans, stir it just to heat through, and then you can serve this over whatever kind of pasta you might have. Add some cheese for a little bit more flavor. I had a couple different pastas that I added just for kind of a little mismatch of pastas. So that's the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We add a new video every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Thanks, bye.